Hi everybody, this is Rhys Barber from Audiology Associates. Thanks very much for watching that earwax removal compilation video today. So I've got two patients in this compilation video. We will let you know our news as well. I'll do that at the end, otherwise I'll talk over most of this video. So what you can see here, we've got this very, very narrow ear canal here. So we can only barely fit the standard size ulnar tube in here. So what I'm doing first is just clearing away some of this entrance wax and skin debris that's there. You can see it's quite hard pieces here at the entrance to the canal. So what we're doing here is just basically clearing away into the ear canal to help accommodate both the endoscope and the suction tube in there. So as we go in now, we'll see we've got this much darker piece of wax. What I'm having to do here is hold the ear canal open using the side of the suction tube so I can then drop the endoscope in just behind. So it doesn't give us a lot of room for maneuverability, not much wiggle room in here if you like. So as we start to bring this down, you can see this much darker piece of wax here. We've lifted from the canal wall, and as I'm drawing this down the canal, you can see it's a very sort of narrow pointed shape. So we're going to go in with the crocodile forceps now. I'm just going to take this little bit of skin away from the outside edge. Let's hold on to this piece. This just looks like skin coming away here. Yeah, there it is. So this hard piece of wax had a little bit of dry skin underneath. As we drew that forwards, the skin started to detach from the main block of wax behind it, but it is drawing this more towards the entrance to the canal. So we're just going to keep taking these front sections away until we get a grip on a much harder, more solid piece of wax, which is what we've got here. Now we've got to try and negotiate that narrow ear canal entrance. We've got to give it a little bit of a wiggle on the way out. We're just drawing this down the canal. Out that comes. Look at that piece of wax. It was absolutely solid. It was a really tough piece of wax. Eardrum looks lovely and healthy there, all looking very, very good. Just get a long shot on that one. You can see maybe a slight, the light reflex maybe a little bit absent, but that's quite common in this time of year as well when the weather's really, really cold and people have got more colds and congestion and things doing the rounds. So this is the patient's other ear. Now this looks a lot like skin. You can see those kind of little ripples at the top end there as it was going through. So we're just going to pop in with a standard size ulnar tube here as well. Ear canal's a little bit wider on this one, so not quite as kind of squished and sort of oval shaped. So we can accommodate the tools a little bit more easily on this side. Now we've got a lot of very sticky wax you can see here just at the entrance of the canal. So we need to get rid of that piece. Just go back in now, lift in again. Now sometimes, as you saw me do there, where we suddenly just sort of pop out of the ear, a lot of the time it's because the patient's coughed. So you have this thing called your Arnold's reflex, which sits about a third to about half the way down the ear canal. So if you touch the ear canal wall or irritate the ear canal wall, so just by rubbing something against it at that particular section, you get this really, really bad tickle at the back of your throat and you feel as if you want to cough. So sometimes when we're moving the wax on the outer section, the deeper piece will be just touching on that little bit of the ear canal wall that triggers that reflex, and the patient involuntarily coughs. So this is why it's really important to maintain your bridges with your tools and your endoscope as well, so you move with them. So you managed to get this soft, sticky section from the outside part of the ear canal now. And let's take a look. Ooh, we've got that slightly harder piece of wax a little bit further in. Now that's probably the piece that was just triggering that Arnold's reflex on this patient. So we're just going to go in now, get rid of this little bit of dry skin here at the entrance, and lift very gently off the ear canal. There we go. It's starting to move. Oh, you can see it's just got that little kind of squishy nature to it just on the bottom end. So let's get rid of this harder top section first. There we go. Out that comes. And then we'll go in and get the other section as well. Oh, thank you so much to everyone who gave me feedback about that kind of before and after shot we did at the end. That seemed to go down really, really well. It took me forever to work that out. I couldn't get the hang of that at all. So yeah, I think I edited the whole video. That took about half an hour just to do that split second one. There was some really good feedback as well. Could we make it a little bit longer? So I will certainly do that for you guys. I edited this video before I edited that one, so I haven't done it on the first part of this video. I think I do it on the second though. So we're just getting rid of this very sticky piece of wax here that's just a little bit further in. You can see that darker section we had there looked like quite a small, just little lump sitting on top of the ear canal, but there was a lot hiding down there and certainly hiding behind it as well. So So let's take a look behind that. There we go. Eardrum looking lovely and healthy on that side. We've got a nice little light reflex, good shiny pearlescent eardrum. So this is what we removed. We've got 2.5 centimeters, 1 inch of skin and earwax coming away there on that one, guys. Don't forget to stay tuned for our next one, and also stay tuned for the news at the end, guys. You'll finally put you out of your misery. I'm so sorry it's dragged on as long as it has. So there we are. Just wait for that little shot to go past. There we go. So this is our next patient in this compilation. Oh, now this patient, lovely patient, came through. This particular patient works nights regularly, they're a nurse, and they tend to wear earplugs during the day to be able to fall asleep. Now, unfortunately, what's happened here is the earplugs actually pushed this wax. You can see how it slopes upwards. So this particular patient uses like an expanding ear tip, expanding earplug. So you kind of squish it down, put it in, and it expands out to fill the ear canal. But unfortunately, what's happened then is it's pressed this wax. It's kind of impacted it further in the ear canal. It's become very, very dry, very sticky here on the outside edge, and quite solid. A little bit of an awkward shape for us because it slopes upwards, which means it's difficult to get that good suction grip. So I'm relying on lifting the base section here first, and then hoping that we can sort of roll enough of this up in front that we can get a really good suction grip on that section. I've popped a lot of olive oil in here because I could see it was dry as a chip when it went in. So I've just put a lot of olive oil just to try and help out. You can see we've got this kind of this lip here. Now, is this going to be solid enough for the crocodile forceps to hold on to? I feel like the crocodile forceps get a bit of a bad rep at the moment. It's kind of not been too effective recently, but I think we've had this kind of very in-betweeny type wax, which is what we've got here. It's not quite hard, it's not quite soft, it's this kind of really odd sort of texture. It's not moving, but we've created a little gap at the top here. So let's see if we can go over the top of the Jobson horn, and we're going to push down. And we're going to draw forwards. Let's see if we can bring this whole chunk out in one go. Oh, we've got a lot here, but I don't think we got it all. You can see the olive oil and how it helps it to slide across that skin when we bring it out as well. So that's a big old chunk of wax, that one. Is there? Yep, we've still got a lot left behind. Now, at this point, because when you use the Jobson horn, you press into the wax, you draw it down diagonally forwards. It tends to press the wax against the canal wall. So I usually go back in at this point with the suction tube, loosen everything back up again. Otherwise, you're working against yourself. If you've pressed it and stuck it down at the front and then you try and slide it from the back, it's either going to roll forwards or it's just going to dig into the front and not move. So if you detach the front section first, and sometimes you can drop in behind then and bring it forwards, or if we're lucky, you can see a little gap just starting to appear at the bottom of that wax. If we're lucky, it'll lift out of this recess and draw it down, because that's what's happened here. It's been impacted so much in there, it's actually dropped a lot of it into the recess. You can see it's really kind of, I would call this a kind of fudgy wax, or a clay wax, this one. So I've whacked a low bore olive oil in here because it kind of helps with this type of wax. And you'll see the difference it makes now. So I'm just wiggling back and forth at the front, working. You can see it, the olive oil down underneath. That's where I want that olive oil to go. So when I do get this kind of more circular wiggling going, which is what's going to go the wiggling there, which is what's going to happen now, then we're really going to start, there we go, start to see that movement coming away. Nice big chunk as well. So a lot of wax in this ear canal. I'll show you it now in a second, but another big chunk. You can see how smooth that underside was, where it's been really pressed against that canal wall. Eardrum looking lovely and healthy. Oh, there we are. So this is what it looked like before. And in a second, fingers crossed, if it works, you should fade back out. And this is where it looked like after. So you can see the difference there, how full it was beforehand and how lovely and squeaky clean it was afterwards. So we've got 2.5 centimeters, 1 inch of wax from one ear canal, remember, on that one. So that big section there, about the 2 centimeter mark, that was that big plug. Right, it is time to finally put you out of your misery, guys, and explain why I'm stood here in my civvy clothes rather than my scrubs as well. We have got our first television appearance happening tomorrow, because this is going out on Monday. Now, I've had to pre-record this video, which is hence why I'm in my civilian clothes, because I'm traveling up to the television studio. So tomorrow at lunchtime, we're going to be on Channel 4 on a program called Steph's Packed Lunch. They're going to do a lovely interview with us, and we're going to go through lots of things about earwax and earwax removal. I think they're going to show some of the videos as well. So guys, if you can and you don't mind, chuck it on record for me, have a look at it and check it out, and let me know in the comment section how well I did. I am totally nervous. I've never done television before, so this is going to be a new thing for me. So yes, fingers crossed, guys, it'll all go well and I won't stutter, and I'll promise I'll put my teeth in so everything goes smoothly that day as well. But if you don't mind checking it out, guys, that would be absolutely fantastic. I'm super excited. I've never been on TV before, and you know, I might get to meet some celebrities, which would be absolutely fabulous. Right then, guys, thank you so much for your patience on that news. We couldn't tell you because we had to have the go-ahead for the TV studio before we were allowed to tell you, and that kept getting delayed. So this is why, hence why we had the long delay before I could let you know. Well, guys, have a lovely evening. Fingers crossed I shall see you if you're watching me on the telly tomorrow. But if not, I shall see you again on Wednesday, and I can let you know how the TV appearance went. Fingers crossed it went well. I hope it didn't go horribly wrong. So I shall see you again then. So all the best, guys. Take care of yourselves, take care of your ears, and take care of one another. And I'll see you again on Wednesday's video. Bye, everyone.